sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away, wonder this time where she's gone. Wonder if she's gone to stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. I know, 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 I gotta leave a young thing alone, 'cause there ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away.
This is your new truck?
Anytime she goes
away. Dude, he just jackknifed.
Anytime she goes away.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm done. Just need to clear coat it. Or maybe I'm not done and I'll decide to do a little bit more, but I think I like it like this. This is like my 6th or 7th or 8th or 9th work shirt that I've made. Okay. Well, the thing that sucks is I don't have a place. Wow, that is not a flattering way. I don't have a place to take pictures of sculptures that I do like this, because all of my backgrounds and walls and whatever are very busy. So it's kind of hard to pick up this with what I have to offer. So I think I'm going to change that today. We got Jakota here working in the shop on a secret project. That'll be released in a week to year's time. If you follow my brother, you get that joke. All right, let's go figure this out. Oh, I stepped on this and it jabbed this right into my ribs. Perfect. Okay, since I've built the shop, I've made this little corner right in there, that area there. That's the lathe corner. I don't know why I did this on lathe. It is the lathe corner. And on the other side of that is this. Now that's not exactly the most beautiful thing to look at. So I was thinking, I've been thinking since I put it up, but it was winter when I put it up. I was thinking of siding that to make it look better. And I know just where to get the stuff to do it. Some of you know where I'm going with this. We have this thing here with some cool siding. And then last vlog, while we did the garden, like what Ashley's doing right now, we sided this thing. I got extra, but first I want to show you something. Remember last vlog when we kept running into birds and whatnot? Well, we had noticed something that I had forgotten to include. You see that right there? A robin has laid a few eggs in the potting shed. We haven't disturbed it or anything. I know it's a myth that if you touch it, the mother will abandon it, but we still haven't touched anything. We're just letting it be. And every morning and every evening, the robin comes back and I guess lays on those. If you watched the last vlog, you'll understand why it would have been perfect to include that in there, but I had forgotten. I was actually gonna put it as the bonus scene, but it completely slipped my mind to even film a little snippet of it, but oh well. Hey Shadow, Ashley's just weeding some of the garden right now. Still figuring out different things. Again, if you watch the last vlog, things will make sense. But the garden is doing good so far. Things are coming up. It's nice, including the pumpkins. The pumpkins have revived. Again, if you watch the last vlog, that'll make sense. Okay, so what I'm talking about. We got a lot of siding left over. Let's use up some more. Now, unfortunately, I forgot to cover it back up, and yesterday it rained and hailed quite a bit, so it's going to be a little wet, but that moisture brings out the smell. So good. This is cedar. Love it. Okay, I got my house wrap on so that if any moisture gets behind the wood, it'll just slide down this paper type material and then onto the ground, and then not be a bother with rot and all that jazz. However, there is one thing that kind of sucks, and it's that I still have siding on here. So to integrate this with the tar paper that's behind that is going to be a pain, because I can't take this off. On the other side, it'll be fine. And that's because there's no siding on this side. Honestly, I'm not too worried about this building. This is temporary. If you've been watching long enough, you know I described this as my daydream shop, a prototype to the dream shop. It's something that I can use now whilst I garner the funds to build my bigger, better shop that will be more suited to all of my needs. But this, I need a shop now, and I like this shop. I'm putting lipstick on a pig. I'm putting lipstick on a dead pig. So I'm gonna do my best, because I don't want this pig to rot. So we've already had enough issues with rot in this building. And if you've been watching long enough, you know that the whole back bottom plate was rotted out, and I had to replace that, sister up a whole bunch of studs. It was not great. So with all those issues being present, I know that this is not going to be my forever shop, but I need one for now. So with what I have, before I tear it down, let's make it enjoyable. I'm going to take this reclaimed, slap it on here, and go from there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hand bomb this all. I lent my air nailer out to Jonny B 2 days ago. What luck? Done. Kind of. This side looks good. That side, not so much. I need to get some more 1x, but I'm gonna have to buy it. These two here, I just happen to have leftovers from a previous client job. I wish I had 2 more. That's probably gonna cost me like 14 bucks or something like that to buy those. But I'll worry about that tomorrow. Welcome to tomorrow, today. And today just so happens to be my regular errand running day, Monday. So I go to the post office, etc. I often save my boring chores for Monday. And I do that because I drive the biggest gas guzzler ever. So on top of getting the wood, I will be running all of my chores as to save on some of the driving, because my vehicle, like I said, drinks a lot. Hashtag worth it. One of the things that I gotta do today as part of the list of errands or chores is to bring this painting here to the scanners. This morning, as you might be able to tell, I finished it. So it's just about ready to go on. And by the way, this painting here, if you're on my Patreon, this is the print of the month next month. And speaking of Patreon, we have a new list of names to put on the door. Thank you to everyone who has gotten their name put on the door. If you would like your name on the door, or Prince of the Month, or any other extra videos, or whatever else is on my Patreon, make sure you check out the link and become an ass kicker. I would really appreciate that. Now, speaking of paintings, before I load this one up, my brother Jakota, who should be on his way here shortly, gave me one of the prints of his painting that he just recently completed after about between either 300 to 1,500 hours. We couldn't figure out a proper estimation, but isn't that awesome? And guys, this is his first painting that he's done. It's actually a huge mural. You can see right here that it's on his wall, and that's his electrical receptacle there. Yeah, he painted this on his bedroom wall. First painting. So freaking good. So proud of my brother. Okay. Now, I just have to find a spot here on the wall. I think I'm going to have to rearrange some stuff. There we go. Actually no. I don't really like it. Looking at it from back here, it looks all wrong. It does look like I can make room for other pictures, but I gotta arrange this differently. It looks kind of stupid. There we go. Looks way better like this. That one's also one by Jakota from when he was a kid. You might remember I showed that in a previous vlog. I dig it. By the way, if you want to see the whole painting from start to finish and all of what went into making this painting, I'll put a link in the description to the video that Jakota made. Took almost a whole year. It's a really good video. Also put a link to the little interview I did with him right here a couple days ago in case you missed that. It just offers a little more insight into his thought process and what went into making this and spending so much time on it. You might enjoy that. Okay, now it's up there and looking good, I think we can focus on maybe these 2 blank spaces here. I'm liking what it looks like so far, and I'm having a hard time choosing between a few pieces here to add to it. This one, and this one. I can add 2 of them, but I'm not sure which 2 to do. I really love the Iron Giant. This is one of my friend's pieces, Sitting Bull, DJ Sitting Bull. And then this was a gift from one of you guys, and I actually quite like this picture. So, what to do? Well, I got lots of time to think about it while I am on the road. Let's see here. Switch that with this one. This will be the next one that I rework. That should be interesting. Ah, I think Jakota's here. There he is. First stop, Airclix. Dude, nice new huge ass office.
Whoa.
So I'm getting this scanned here, and Jakota's getting a couple prints made. 2 birds, 1 stone. This is why I was waiting for him. Thank you, Miles, for staying open late for us.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you. If you're local and you need anything done print-wise or scan-wise with your art, Airclix. I'll have a link in the description to the website.
Alright, so let's see what it is.
It's a painting?
Yeah, it's on my wall. You can see my.
You drew the people?
No, I painted it.
You didn't paint the people.
I painted the people.
Well, it looks pretty good to me.
Thanks, man.
Shit. That's amazing.
Yeah, thanks, dude. That's my first one.
I guess it runs in the family.
See some of the detail. It's not the greatest picture, but yeah, man, I painted that.
Competition for Josh.
There it is without the wall. There it is without the wall. So there it is with the wall. You can
Yeah.
see it, and then
Yeah.
there it is without it.
Huh. Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks, John.
Have a good evening. Oh, dude, his new place is sick. I mean, he's just setting it up, but
Yeah, dude.
it's right inside Colors Art Store, whatever, as you can see. Okay, next we're going to Sherwin-Williams, right down the road. Hello. I just need, I got an order for Jonny B.
Yeah. Super Parent Exterior?
Yes,
Okay.
that's exactly it. Perfect, thank you.
Good.
Thank you, sir. Okay, next, Jonny B's. Jakota built this playground a few years ago when he was building playgrounds.
I did.
Anyway, that's his dolly. I'll hand that to you. I left it at my house the last time he helped me paint. Okay, and then he's got my compressor and gun, which I could have used yesterday to put all that siding on.
Right.
There it is. Air compressor, too little too late, and a sprayer I'm gonna borrow. Okay, next we're gonna go see Jonny B himself at one of his job sites. The door is almost tall enough. There we go. They're doing concrete construction at Jonny B's job site. Okay, let's help him out with getting him his tools. Just this and this. Jonny B.
Yo, what's going on, man?
I got your tools, and I just need to grab that paint nozzle
Yeah.
from you.
It's just in my pocket. Oh wait, no, it's not. No, it's somewhere in one of these buckets. We're a little crazy right now, but hey,
Hey, what's going on?
long time no see, man. How you doing?
Good to see you.
Yeah, yo, I seen the painting the other day, man.
Yeah, you like it?
It was crazy.
What'd you like best about it? What was your
First of all, I was listening to Eminem that week,
Yeah.
and so I'm like, you know, I seen Eminem right away.
Perfect.
I've been keeping up with the Kardashians barely.
Because of Travis Barker.
Blake 101, right? Blink 181. No, come on, man. I'm just playing. But yeah, no. There's like some other people, but like I didn't really know them.
You know Mac Miller?
Okay, yeah, Mac was on it. Yeah, so it was super hip hop.
And
40% hip hop.
Rock, hip hop.
Yeah.
It went hip hop, rock, hip hop, rock.
Yeah, because it was like Marilyn Manson.
It was Mac
Jimi
Miller.
Hendrix.
Mac Miller, Kurt Cobain, Travis Barker, Eminem, Billy Joe.
I thought Billy Joe was Marilyn Manson. I
What?
don't know who that is.
No.
I was like, okay, rock and roll. Maybe it's like, I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Because of the makeup? Was it the makeup?
I don't even know who that is. I couldn't. Give me a lineup. I couldn't.
Do you even know who Marilyn Manson is?
Yeah, he played for the Lakers. I want to say it. You know, I don't know. It's been a long day. I'm all these fumes, man. It's convoluting my thoughts. I can't think straight. Anyways, let me grab you that nozzle.
Okay. Thanks, Jonny B.
Yeah, anytime. Kind of. I guess it's one time.
All right, see ya. Have a good evening. Rest of your whatever you're doing.
Why is it crazy though?
What?
You still rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, shut it down. This ain't for the camera.
Next stop, gas. 2 tanks. Because I told you guys, this thing is a gas guzzler. Dang. Didn't even fill me up all the way, dang it. Both tanks are not even all the way full. That's prepay though. Okay, next stop. What is the next stop?
Post office.
Post office. Psych, I know what I want to get. I'm just gonna get a frame for each. Next stop, the other place. That was terrible. Next stop, post office. I forgot. Sticks of 1x first. Yeah, I'm just at the service desk. Need some lumber. I must be getting tired or something. I almost forgot to get these. That would have sucked. These are 10s. We need 8s. These are 8s. I'm not as tired as Jakota though, apparently. Also, he fell asleep. Oh no, my receipt! Look, I was wrong. It was not $14, it was $15. But anyway, Jakota fell asleep, chilling right here. Now, we're at the post office. That sign right there. Last stop.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay here though. I'm gonna guard the wood.
Guard the wood. Those used to cost like, probably would have been like $3 back in the day. 2 years ago. Normal price, $3. Now they're 15. 5 times the price. Oh yeah. Perfect, thank you. Good, how are you? I don't have a shitload today, but I have a decent amount. Okay, awesome. 10 going out, 4 coming back home. That's it? Oh yeah. Sure those done. That's the important part. Alright, thank you very much. See you next Monday. Dude, I almost walked out of there. I missed the light. Almost walked out of there without paying. I was like, cool, that's it? And she's like, well, you gotta pay me. And I was like, oh yeah. So I must be tired. Alright, next stop. I did say this was the last stop. Next stop, tomorrow. Okay, so it's not tomorrow. Tomorrow, it was raining. And then the next tomorrow it was still raining, and then the next tomorrow it was raining again. And now it's the next tomorrow, and it looks pretty good sky-wise. There's a few clouds here and there, but I think we're good to go. Did anyone cringe? Don't worry, I didn't get any slivers. I was just checking to see if the siding was dry. It does feel pretty dry, but just to make sure, I'm gonna wait until the sun creeps around and is blazing on the front of that, because we had 3 days of waiting for the rain to stop, and I don't want to take any chances. In the time of raining though, I actually got quite a few things done. This corner here was bugging the crap out of me. I was contemplating just cutting the house wrap off, which kind of defeats the purpose of having the house wrap, and I was just like, well, the whole thing, blah, 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 it's old, it's gonna get torn. It was gonna bug me because it was something that was easy to do. It was just gonna be a pain. So I ended up opening it up to integrate the new house wrap with the old tar paper. I took all of the siding off, and it did not look great. What the heck were they thinking here? They put this together with scraps and leftovers. And if moisture got behind here, it would easily penetrate this tar paper. You're supposed to lap it like this all the way to an edge. Nowadays, you would tape it as well. But what the heck? This wouldn't do anything. Water could easily get into there and start rotting the sheathing. But maybe they were thinking like what I'm thinking with this. I'm not too worried about water penetration in here because I got this eaves. Maybe they thought the same thing. They're like, ah, it's fine. It'll stop moisture that's coming here and here, and no moisture will ever get through here. But to be fair, this could be multi-layered and offer sufficient protection. I don't do too many exterior renos, so this could be perfectly normal. I guess they were thinking this is good siding. We don't have to worry about it. This is a good eaves. We won't have to worry about it. It's been here for 40 years or more. There's no rot behind there, so I think we're good. Since I'm not keeping this building, I'm not going to worry about it. But if I was, or this was a client job, I would rewrap this whole thing. But then there's this. Almost the entire 50 or so feet of the east-facing wall has no cladding whatsoever, minus where the art trunk is. There's some house wrap, as you can see. But here, there is no tar paper and no siding at all. Real quick, for those who might not understand, what is the benefit of having this paper on your house or structure or whatever? It's actually not paper. You can't really rip it. It's actually a petroleum product. It's more like plastic. But anyway, imagine my hand is a piece of siding. If moisture somehow gets behind my hand, it's going to be stopped by this paper. It's going to run down into the ground and continue to be harmless. Hey, what's up, penny loafers? Now, if you have siding on wood, no matter the product, it is going to go into the fibers and grains of your wood, and it's going to stay there for a long time, and that will create rot from the bacteria and whatnot that comes from the water and whatever else. And that can turn into a huge issue. You definitely do not want to deal with rot. You usually don't notice until it's very expensive to fix, because it's not easily detectable at first because it's covered up. But yeah, you're way safer to have nothing on your wall than you are to put your siding directly onto the wall. Because this way here with nothing, there's nothing to trap the water. It can just safely run right off. It's not ideal, but it's better than having water trapped there from your siding being nailed to it tightly. So definitely use a house wrap, and don't install it like they did in the front, because that can trap water as well if it does happen to get behind the siding. Luckily it didn't, because the siding did its job, but accidents happen and anomalies happen. You don't want that to happen. I don't actually use tar paper anymore. Well, actually I never did. When I was framing, we used this stuff. It's just way better. It has like this cool magic quality. It feels the same and looks the same on both sides to me, but if you have moisture that needs to escape from behind it, this modern stuff allows it to like come out and it won't go back in. I suppose it could go through your staple holes and whatnot, but those are so small it's not of great consequence. So yeah, use a modern house wrap if you can and install it correctly. This is not the best example because I didn't know what I was doing in terms of the art trunk. This is temporary, but I wasn't sure when I would be able to get to anything, so I made it so I can integrate a new piece on both sides. And I started from the bottom so that I could put a new piece on top so I could have an overlap. In a perfect world, you would want to have one piece that went all the way around, or as few pieces as possible. Then you'd overlap from the top over to the bottom, and then you could integrate all your windows and doors and stuff, and then it would be good. Obviously there's nothing on these ones, so it's too late for that. Building practices were different when they made this, so maybe they didn't do that back then. I don't know, I wasn't alive yet, so I'm not sure what they would have done. I guess garages are always different than houses as well. It just depends. When things change, the reason why you would have all these things is because they're supposed to work in harmony to protect your organic material, so it, you know, the integrity of your building stays intact. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking when they built this. They did put some paint on the wall, which offers some protection. It's obvious that it's fared quite a bit better than where there is no paint. But yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe they were like, hey, this is an east-facing wall. It's fine. All the weather comes from the west. Which is true. All of the rain, snow, wind, hail, and anything else comes from over there. If we get weather from the east, we know it's going to be a bad storm. Maybe that's what went through their mind. I don't know. That's not how I would do it. Maybe they just ran out of material. I don't know if this was a home build or what. Actually, I could probably guess it was a home build because it's not built very well. But it could be a bunch of different things. Jakota's back. Anyway, this is a long way of explaining that what I did is going to make next to zero difference in the grand scheme of things, but I wanted to do it proper. Minus the J trim here, that would have made it look a little bit better. But if you look at the rest of my garage, you know that that's not a huge concern of mine. My brother Ken was like, wow, it's starting to look like a Frankenstein garage. And yeah, that is kind of true. But I didn't want to spend any more money on this thing, so that is good enough. I already spent enough on these two sticks here. I even reused all of the nails that came with the, or most of the nails anyways, that came with the siding here. And then when I ran out of those, luckily I have a whole bunch inside. The cool thing was, I have a whole bunch of nails that I can't use elsewhere. They are a smooth shank, so you don't typically use these for most work these days. However, this is a personal project, and these are galvanized, so they won't rust. Being galvanized, they're also not suitable for any of my welding art because it's kind of dangerous. That's a secret project. They are dangerous to weld. So I'm going to use these on my personal project because, again, I'm not too concerned about this, and it's temporary. And these will serve me better out there than on my golfing green here. To be honest, though, there are thousands of buildings built with smooth shank nails, and they are standing perfectly fine. But as technology improves, building practices improve, and buildings last longer. Typically now you will use these spirally nails because they're harder to back out. I don't know if you noticed, but behind this wall when I was just outside, there's a lot of nail pops there because they're smooth shanked. You don't want that to happen. Also, there are thousands of buildings built with no house wrap on them, and they're also fine. But they're just more vulnerable. As technology improves, buildings last longer. That's kind of the whole idea. Anyways, before I get out there to start painting, because I bet you the sun is just about on there and drying it out, let me show you everything else that I was working on. I built this, which I think is pretty cool. It's a Georgian Bay windswept tree. This was a commission. If you follow my Instagram, you already saw it. Actually turned out pretty cool, in my opinion. We'll see if the person who actually ordered it likes it. It's pretty dope. Then I also fixed what I didn't like about this piece here. It had a hump that I didn't like. If you follow my Instagram, then you saw that as well. Dude, you were the loudest drinker I ever heard.
I did that on purpose.
Anyway, so I fixed this. This is now ready to go on the shelf. If you'd like to claim it, orderfromjosh@gmail.com. And then I worked on something else. A while ago, I was commissioned to make this bonsai tree here. And so I made it. But unfortunately, the person who ordered it, they wanted one that depicted needles instead of leaves. So they asked if I could make another one with forks instead of spoons. So I started making this one that I've been chronicling on some YouTube lives. So that is en route to being completed. Almost done. I'm actually just waiting on forks from the person who owns it. They're gonna send me a whole bunch to stick on there. So yeah, now that makes 2 of them. This one actually sold to someone else, which is nice. But a whole bunch of people actually liked those, so I actually had to make another one. So I had about 10 hours free because of all the rain to make this one. And it also turned out pretty freaking dope. I just have to give it a clear coat, and then it's ready for pictures when I have the paint on the wall. And then, remember all those pictures I was hanging up? I had time to frame those, plus hang up some other posters out here. We were keeping this one blank for a long time, but we couldn't figure out a shop name, and that's what we had that one designated for. Shop name and our logo. So abandoned that and put up this Hey Arnold, and then I also put these posters up here. And then I also, if you guys watched Jakota and I going through all the posters, you will understand this, but Clint wanted this one, so we put that one up there for him. And then all the ones that we didn't keep, I rolled up, and those are ready to go out to the person who asked for those next mail day. All of these came from the collector's house, all 100 and however many there were, I forget. A lot of you watched Jakota and I go through them, and you would have found out they all came from... what's up, dude?
What's up?
Anyway, also did this, which is what I wanted to show you. I was able to put in one extra. I had to do some rearranging with some of the pictures over here, but turned out freaking sick. I was able to add in this one right here, and I actually quite like that one. This would have been from a live. I know some of you guys just skip the lives, so this won't make any sense, but thank you for making that for me, Margaret. I really dig it. That's awesome. Okay, so now over here, now that I've rearranged some stuff, I actually have room to put more than I expected. So I got my DJ sitting bowl over here, which, by the way, a lot of you guys liked this picture here. That's the same artist who did these 2 pictures. I'll put his socials in the description in case you want to check out his work. We actually have a show coming up together, COVID permitting, and yeah, I don't know if that's of interest to you, but I will have that info coming up soon as well. Okay, now I think we may have had enough sun to dry out any lingering moisture in the wall. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. No slivers, but very dry. Okay, let's do this. Prime first. I'm kind of laughing, but I am so frustrated. Look at my face, dude. Guys, I'm so freaking frustrated. I know, it's hilarious. It looks hilarious. And I was kind of laughing at first because I was just like, oh, dang, I wish I would have gotten that on camera. I was just gonna do a silly little clever edit where this brown wall would turn white. It'd be primed and it would be ready for for paint, but this freaking thing doesn't work. The well, the atomizer is out of here, but for whatever reason, with the atomizer in there, in that hole, the paint would just gush out of there and then all over my face, and it reached all the way to the wall here as well. Got on the garage door, whatever. Some high velocity. So what did I do? I went to town and got a new guard, a new atomizer. I figured that would solve the problem. So I've put this thing together and taken it apart so many times, and in every configuration that I could think of, and I've come to the conclusion that the whole freaking gun is broken, not just the tip. So I guess another trip to town. It's freaking expensive. I already spent $90 on those two stupid pieces. It doesn't work. Should have just bought a gun to begin with. Ugh. With my luck, even with this brand new gun, this still ain't gonna work. Okay, it works.
Bounce, 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 hey. Wonder when I finna take flight. Terrible excuse, but I'm afraid of heights. Minds racing, tattered dagging nights. It's do or die, but if I die, I might fall off before the come aboard. Play ball in the back in the real court. Claiming ball in his cap in a real sport. But if I stay low, I can stay home. Pump the warm up cause I feel cold. But if I touch a mic, I can raise the heat. Walk a mile in my shoes, it can feel so. Never play it something, that's a major key. So I stay myself and strain the doubt. Waiting on my brain, the house and staying my well. With running from the bait, I felt the strength I felt. Thinking maybe all this shit be Maybelline. I tried.
So this is what I actually ended up doing. It cost $270 to buy just the gun, or it costs $300 and some change to buy a machine. It just made sense economically and practically to just buy that. Now I won't have to borrow one because now I have one, obviously. Jakota just cut himself on some glass, so he's walking it off. We're both having bad days today, I guess. What's up, China? So I don't know if this is a good machine or not, but it's good enough for what I do. I don't paint for clients, although now I suppose I could if it's something that they would trust me to do. But when I have some stuff to do at home or some personal projects, I now have this. All right. Time to switch out this empty pail of primer for this full pail of paint. Yes, it worked. I got about 4 coats on here, and it was actually a breeze. Once I got that machine, it works perfectly. Didn't explode in my face again, so I am definitely happy with how this turned out. It is ready to take photos. One thing that I'll have to be careful about is, depending on what time of day it is, this big power pole here is going to cast a shadow. So depending on what size of the thing that I'm taking a picture of, whether it be a small sculpture or like a big furniture piece or whatever, will depend on when and where I take the picture in relation to this wall. But right now, since there's no shadows at all, it doesn't matter where I set up this table. There we go. Nice and level, and it will look pleasing to the eye to not have any crooked lines in here. Okay, let's go get the rooster. You can see I've made some changes to him. And I think he looks way more complete now. Also added this here. I love it when something has paint on it and I can put it in the roosters, like this red. You can't really see it, but that spring inside his neck is green. A little yellow on this key. That's freaking perfect. I love it. Okay. First, gotta clear coat it so that it looks nice and dapper and snappy. Makes a huge difference to add just a little bit of shine to a piece like this. Scrap metal can be really pretty when it's shined up, even if it isn't turned into some piece of art. It just, I don't know, rust for some reason just looks good when it's shiny. I don't know what it is, but I love it. There we go. There we go. There. Oh yeah, and you can see in the background there, I also painted the exposed OSB earlier. I figured that since I had some leftover paint, I may as well use it. I don't like to waste it. As you can tell, there's like nothing left in here, and I'm still trying to get the last little bit out. And it looks way better white, and it matches the whole rest of the front of the garage. I mean, it's not super beautiful, but it looks definitely a lot better like this than it did before. Now, I imagine some of you are probably thinking that this actually looked good brown, and maybe I should have left it brown. I actually think it looked good brown too, but I need it for taking pictures. It's supposed to be dual purpose, make the front of the shop look better until I can get the new shop up, but also to act as a backdrop for pictures. White just works a lot better than anything else. Look at that. That's gonna be perfect. Yeah, this is going to work freaking perfect. It's way better than any of the walls that I have inside the shop. All of them are much too busy and filled with like different shapes and colors and stuff. So this is going to work perfect. I think the only thing I don't like about this setup is that everything is a different shade of white. But I can learn to live with it because this is gonna serve me well. This is better than a light box because I can take pictures of so many different things in front of there. Art, furniture, even my paintings, if it's framed and I want to show the frame. Jakota can put his sculpture in there, Clint can, Caden can, we can hang, we can do all sorts of different things. And I'm thinking towards the future as well. I have some ideas for the property that will help us generate some income, and maybe this will be a part of that. But I don't want to say too much just yet because I don't know if that's ever going to happen. There's a lot that needs to be done before that can become a thing. But yeah, I am digging this. Even with the shadows and stuff there. If I need a light box for certain, you know, pieces, then I will also make a light box, because if I don't want shadows in there and I don't want to wait for a certain time of day where there isn't going to be a shadow cast, or wait for cloudiness or whatever, you know, a light box would be handy. But I don't really have space in the shop to have a designated light box set up all the time. I was hoping that I would, but now I share the shop with so many people, I would rather have that than a light box. But this is gonna work. Shadows from this thing are probably gonna be super cool. I used to do this at my old shop. The walls were all white cinder blocks, and I would just hang stuff off of there. There was a little bit of texture in the background, but it actually worked for the type of art that I do. The sculptural stuff that I do is mostly, you know, it has an industrial and rustic type feel. So a backdrop like this actually works perfect. Yeah, look at that shadow. That looks freaking dope. So sick. And by the way, if I find that I need to have a darker backdrop, like a brown backdrop, I could always just use the potting shed that I sided last vlog. I'm not sure how often I would choose to shoot against a dark background. It probably depends on the sculpture, but at least I'd have the option. Oh yeah, that actually looks pretty good. Just like in the front of the shop, it just depends on where the sun is, and then you can work with how the light goes on. But I could also shoot on this side where we have the window and play with that in a certain way, I guess. I don't know, we'll see. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys this. You would have seen this if you follow Ashley on Instagram, but the robin laid a couple more eggs. She's not around right now. She takes off during the day, but she'll be back soon. And by the way, she only has one leg, which is kind of cool. Don't want to disturb her too much, so I'm not sure if I'll get some footage of her, but it's kind of cool that she just has one leg. Okay, I think that's it. Had some detours, but we made it. Looks way better. I wonder what Lemon would think about having a rooster pal with him. Some competition. Hey ladies, got you a man. No, don't go out there, Plum. Uninterested. Why are you guys never interested with my art? No, nothing. Get some hard-boiled eggs out of this guy. 'Cause he's made out of steel. That was a dumb joke.